In a legendary age, the nobles stood tall as examples for the people, guiding their subjects with their conduct and wisdom. They were the truthful representation of the people of Mondstadt, noble not only in lineage, but also in their commitment to virtues and principles. However, the extent of their influence was cut short by endless self-indulgence. Ostentation gave way to devolution. Hunting was commonplace as a hobby for the ruling class of Mondstadt. The nobles shared festivities with their servants and the common folk as a sign of benevolence, and the people participated eagerly. But these hunts soon lost their meaning. The nobles took everything as their own, presuming it as their right. Punctuality is a virtue, and the use of exquisite watches helps the nobles stay on a virtuous path. They were more for self-discipline than anything else. At daybreak, a worthy noble must be more vigilant than his people. At night, he should be more thoughtful and restless than they. Over the years, the once strict schedule was overturned by their indolent descendants. Their timepieces grew ever more extravagant, yet they lost their virtuous function. A noble who once ruled over Mondstadt left his urn behind. However, the extravagant treasures that once lay inside are now gone. These luxuries were symbols of the aristocracy's stature, along with the confidence, pride, and prosperity of the people of Mondstadt. But in the end, the nobles fell prey to power. They took and they spent, with no regard for the people. Luxurious utility became but mere vanities. The first nobles who rose to rule Mondstadt began as heroes with humble origins. These great chieftains, elegant princes, beautiful princesses, and gracious noblemen once welcomed the people to their banquets and feasts with open arms. In days long past, the nobles generously shared their wisdom and elegance, but their descendants were seduced by power. Their banquets became exclusive to their selfish pleasure. Thanking him for his courage, the damsel offered a handsome reward. But he turned down everything she gave, save for a pure white flower. For a knight, chivalry is a reward in and of itself. This flower shall be my medal. That is all I need. And so he wore the flower upon his heart, but all the same was it tainted by blood. Like his armor, it was stained as black as a winter's night. Like his heart, it was hardened like a tempered blade. Covered in blood, the knight who slew demons returned from the scourge battlefield, only to find that those awaiting his rescue were nowhere to be found among the burning, collapsed houses. Defeated, the Bloodstained Knight fell to his knees and vowed to rid the world of monsters, poverty, and evil. In the end, the Bloodstained Knight could no longer tell whether the blood that stained him was his own or that of his enemies. But eventually, he came to a realization. His path of so-called chivalry had turned him from the white knight he used to be to the monster he had now become. His only followers were the ravens, drawn to the carnage he left in his wake. As the Bloodstained Knight reached out to help the maiden, the way she cowered in fear made him realize he was now a monster himself, tainted by the blood and cruelty of his drawn-out war. Shield me from the eyes of those I vowed to protect, and shield them from the horrors I am bound to inflict. At an end was the Bloodstained Knight's story, for he realized there was no place left for him on this earth. He ventured into the fallen kingdom and died in battle in the monster's lair. At the bottom of the world, he learned the origin of the beast that destroyed the godless kingdom. Conria was wrongfully cursed. They turned its inhabitants into monsters. The code of chivalry tolerates no such injustice. If Abyss be thy name, I pledge to you my loyalty.